morning, these are your BYU-Idaho Radio morning headlines for Thursday, May 1st, 2025. Thanks for listening. I'm Jill Clary. The Idaho Falls Farmers Market is kicking off for the season this Saturday at its usual location on Memorial Drive. The market will run every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. through October 25th, featuring local flavor, artisans, and entertainment. Opening day will feature live entertainment from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., with performances by local musicians Kaylee Lee and Keegan Park. Looking ahead, the market has more in store for the season. A special farmers market night at the Idaho Falls Chukars baseball game is scheduled for May 30th, and plans are underway to launch another indoor winter market for the colder months. New technology on school buses is aiming to reduce misbehavior and help drivers focus on the road. Jerome School District is adopting technology next school year that aims to help control bad behavior on buses. Each bus will be equipped with multiple cameras that school staff can live stream at any moment. They can also take over the bus's audio system to address misbehaving students if needed. The technology will also have other capabilities, such as giving access to parents through an app to see when the bus will arrive and when the student boards. Drivers illegally passing a bus with the new technology will have their license plates recorded. A Shelley woman was arrested after video footage showed she tried to shoot a man in the back. Adriana Solis is charged with felony aggravated assault and misdemeanor obstructing an officer. According to EastIdahoNews.com, on April 15th, an officer with the Shelley Police Department was dispatched to the call of a woman reporting a man breaking into her window. The call disconnected and the dispatcher tried to reconnect but was unable to. The call was made from an apartment on West Maple Street. When police got there, they found items scattered throughout the parking lot. The officer saw a man whose nose was bleeding and crying. The officer also talked to Solis, who claimed she had never called 911. However, the dispatcher advised the officer the number was traced back to Solis. She continued to deny she had ever called 911 and refused to talk with the officer. The next day, officers reviewed security camera footage from the night of the 911 call, which they say showed the man and Solis arguing. The man was seen attempting to leave the residence on the video. Solis then runs out of the apartment, gets into the man's vehicle, and throws clothes and other items into the parking lot. The man began to pick up the items and had his back facing the apartment. Solis then went back into the apartment and came out with a handgun in her right hand, the video showed. Police say Solis is then seen pointing the gun at the man's back and attempts to fire, but the magazine fell out of the gun. She picked up the magazine, put it back into the gun, but didn't fire. Solis is then seen walking to the car with the gun and takes the car keys. The man finishes putting his items into the car and returns to the apartment. The court document does not state how the man's nose got bloody or what happened after he returned to the apartment. Solis was placed under arrest and a search warrant was issued for any firearms within the apartment. Solis is scheduled in court today. If found guilty, she could face up to 6 years in prison. An enhancement was also filed for the use of a deadly weapon, which carries the potential of adding up to 15 years on top of the sentence. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio morning headlines for May 1st, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. Have a great day. This is BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm Jill Clary.